What you should never automate in business. AI mistakes to avoid. Everything is automated. So why does the business feel harder to run? Everyone says AI should automate your business. Automate your sales. Automate your support. Automate your marketing. Automate your operations. And on paper, everything gets faster. But here's the question almost nobody asks. What if automation isn't solving your problems? What if it's making them permanent? Because the biggest risk with AI isn't replacing people. It's replacing judgment. Today we want to show you why the smartest companies deliberately refuse to automate certain decisions, and why that may become one of the biggest competitive advantages of the next decade. Every growing business reaches the same stage. More customers, more systems, more staff, more complexity. The obvious answer is automation. And to be clear, automation is incredibly powerful. But something strange often happens. The CRM becomes cleaner. Response times improve. Dashboards become greener. Yet, sales cycles get longer. Customers feel less connected. Managers spend more time solving exceptions. The business feels heavier. Why? Because most companies think automation removes work. It doesn't. It removes decisions. And once a decision becomes software, it gets repeated thousands of times without anyone asking whether it's still the right decision. That's the hidden shift. Automation doesn't simply execute work. It enforces thinking. Imagine you automate your lead qualification. 6 months later, the AI rejects hundreds of prospects. The numbers look excellent. But what if your market changed? What if your best future customers no longer look like your best past customers? The AI didn't make a mistake. It simply kept following yesterday's assumptions. Here's the shift. Most people think automation is about productivity. We don't. We think automation is an enforcement layer. It enforces whatever logic already exists inside your business. Good logic scales. Bad logic scales faster. That's why the question isn't, what can we automate? The better question is, what decisions are dangerous to automate? Think about two completely different kinds of work. Scheduling, reporting, data entry, follow-up reminders. Those are execution problems. They benefit from consistency. Automate them aggressively. Now compare that to pricing, hiring, customer conflict, negotiation, strategic positioning. These aren't execution problems. They're interpretation problems. Context changes. Markets change. Customers change. Those decisions become more valuable because they're human. Here's something most people miss. Businesses don't fail because automation is bad. They fail because automation quietly removes feedback. You stop hearing objections. You stop noticing hesitation. You stop seeing unusual customer behavior. Everything looks smoother until growth slows. This is why your sales team keeps explaining the same thing. This is why referrals decline without warning. This is why your dashboards look healthier than your business feels. The real competitive advantage isn't automation. It's maintaining awareness. The companies that win with AI won't automate the most. They'll automate the smartest. They'll separate execution from judgment. Machines will handle repetition. Humans will handle ambiguity. That's a completely different operating model. Imagine a business where routine work happens automatically. Customer issues surface earlier. Managers spend less time chasing reports and more time making better decisions. That's what AI should create. Not less thinking, better thinking. Because as AI makes execution cheaper, judgment becomes more valuable. That's the real shift happening underneath all of this. Execution is becoming a commodity. Decision quality is becoming the competitive advantage. And that's where leadership changes. You're no longer managing tasks. You're designing how your company thinks. Let's leave you with one question. Tomorrow morning, look at every automation running inside your business. Don't ask, does it save time? Ask, what belief is this system enforcing? Because every workflow is teaching your business how to behave. If that thinking is strong, AI becomes extraordinary leverage. If it isn't, AI simply scales the problem. The businesses that dominate over the next decade won't necessarily have the best AI. They'll have the clearest judgment, and AI will amplify it.